I just mentioned political, and we're talking about the wars and whatnot. And during one of the streams, one of the Alpha Wednesday episodes, I raised a question of like, there's been a lot of money that's been donated and harvested and for Palestine and the children of there and just the people of Palestine. And I had a question. I'm like, I know you can't get anything in there. You can't get there's no money being transported. You can barely get aid in there. They had to air flight some Cheerios for people because they got it locked down. So I kept asking, where is the money going? And like, are they just using this money to go fund protests? Because after they got all that money, now we see massive scales of protests that happened. Did that money go to protesting? I don't know. I'm not here to say like accusing anybody of where the money went. I raised a question about a month or two ago. Where's all the money going? A part of this platform, you hear us talking about the conflict in Palestine and Israel, right? And we're very open about our opinions about it. We're very like biased about our standpoints. We can't really be objective in this kind of context. We try to, but in reality, it's going to be tough for us to do, or the people that you see on the platform, like me, Alpha, and a lot of others, AZ. A good example of it is like, we have family overseas that got displaced from Gaza, and now they're in Egypt. So this is a GoFundMe link. We're gonna post this in the video, and this money is gonna go directly to this family. The family that we know that have to start a brand new life right now in Egypt. They lost all their clothes, their house, everything they ever owned, it's gone. Okay, that's just one factor. Now a factor is now they got to go to Egypt and start a new life, and they have nothing. So I'm donating to this because I know for a fact that the money is going to go to the people that are on the screen right now. A family in need who needs it, who's close to me. And at that point, that's why when we have these conversations, you have to look at it like who are you hearing the information from? You're hearing it from this side, and we're openly say that we're biased about this, and we have that. We never with any violence or any sort of hatred. We don't do any of that, but we're open with our opinions. We're not afraid to say our opinions about this topic. As much as the algorithm might suppress us or whatnot, let's stick to what we are. This has been. People think to start October 7th. For us, this has been our entire life. I've never had a point in my life where this topic wasn't a topic of the same exact context. It's never been. It wasn't like October 7th happened and all of a sudden Palestinians started getting abused, bombed, and segregated against. It was not October 7th that started it. Maybe a lot of people, they caught the headwaves, and that's when they start talking about it. But understand, over here, the reason why it gets brought up, because this is a topic that we grew up with. It's always been a part of my life, always will be a part of my life. So that's where we stand on it. And right now, like I said, we're going to donate to this GoFundMe to a family that got affected, and now they're displaced in Egypt and got to start a brand new life. So I'm going to do this offline. I'm not going to do it here because I have to put my payment information and things like that. But I'm going to donate for sure if I say I'm going to do it. But we're going to put this link in. People can donate about it. And, I saw what I try not to be on my phone and seeing the social media news. And I saw what happened in Rafah this weekend. And it just was like, I couldn't even, it ruined my Sunday. It ruined my Monday. Seeing those, I've seen so much of the image growing up that I just like, I got so like numb to that kind of stuff, but it's still painful at the same time. I try not to even look at that stuff right now because I know what's going on. I know what's happening. I see it a lot, but when I saw that stuff, it killed me. It crushed me, So for everybody saying, I saw, they announced it was like a mishap, and they're just saying it's so passive. It's just distasteful, and it just shows you people's tones about Arabs and Muslims and Arabs and Christians. Because at the end of the day, there are many Christians that are from Palestine, and there are many Christians who are Arabs in the Middle East, many of them. This isn't a Muslim thing, okay? This is an Arab thing. This country has branded Arabs as unlikable, and to the point where it's okay to see this kind of stuff because we deserve it, essentially. The representation, we deserve it, and if we didn't do this, they're gonna go and there's another talking point that they love saying, well, if Israel dropped all their guns, then Hamas would come in and blow their heads up. Why? It's so easy for them to say that, and it's so illogical and it's unfair to say that in that premise. Anybody who lives in Palestine now, who is in Gaza now, who's there, you have to understand something. They have lived in Israel for their entire life. I doubt there's anybody 70 or 80 years old still left there. I highly doubt it, who stayed there from the beginning of 48 till now. For everybody who's on the other side, think of something. You came to this country, you took it over, you claim it's your land, and you want to be your land. All these people who are doing this, you created this. These are your people now who you guys raised, who you guys fed, and you guys, all of that is a direct correlation of how people were treated. That's the truth about it. That's the truth. Like I said, the standpoint of saying that they're like some kind of warriors, or they're protecting themselves because if they didn't, they're gonna blow them up. It's never been the case until they started getting their heads blown off on a generational basis. If every 10 years you're wiping out a new generation of people, and now we're in 2024, what do you think the mentality of these people who are there are going to be? Did you guys fail the Arab Muslims? Did you fail the Arab Christians in Israel? Did you fail them? Did you give them the same rights that all Israelis had? Did you give them the same rights that they did? Were they allowed to go to school? Did they have passports? Were they allowed to leave? Did they get the same amount of food? This is your country, right? The best tech country, all this X, Y, and Z. They have all this funding. They say the Silicon Valley of the Middle East. You're so proud to say all these Iron Dome, all this stuff you guys have. But the people were not only neglected, they were abused. When you see these things happening and you raise them, who's then to blame? How are you going to now shift and try to gaslight because Arabs are so unlikable in the eyes of every other Western person that it's just unfair at points where it's like, I told everyone when we talk about this, we can't go too much longer. When we talk about this, watch our tone, watch our delivery, and nobody say anything violent or anything that's you want to say terrorist or is whatever word you want to brand us with. Don't say that word because it's never been more important as an Arab Christian, as an Arab Muslim. Be likable, okay? Be very likable in your delivery and your approach to this because they don't like us. And after this week, when we see what we see, as we saw what happened, another brutal attack where they tell them, "Hey, this is a safe area to go. There's some tents over there. Go stay in the tents." To a mishap happening and 55 people burning alive, and they were told, mind you, this is key because it's key because they always say, "Well, we guys knock on your doors and call the phones when we're about to blow it up. We tell you guys." That's what they say. Now, I'm not going to edit any of this. This is the last week of the stream. Like I said, this platform at the end of the day, it's a very peaceful platform. It's a show. We have our biases and we're open about them, and then we're objective on a lot of other things. We're even objective on this if we have somebody who's going to give us some good criticism about it. But as far as everything else, like I said, this is a peaceful platform. I don't want to go too hard on this. We're not going to edit it because we're going to just end it, post it up, and then whatever it is. We're going to donate up here. We're going to put this link in there, and you guys can donate if you want. The link's going to be in the bio. And let's see if we'll have the Betabot. Hey, Betabot, we're going to end. Give us something on a lighthearted note to end on.
Here's something lighthearted to wrap up. Folks, amidst all the serious discussions and intense debates, it's always good to remember to take a moment to smile and appreciate the little things. Did you know that the inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee after he died? Just a reminder that even in the game of life, we all need to have a bit of stay positive, stay curious, and keep those good vibes going.
All right, Betabot. Thanks for that one. So that was good. We're gonna end on that good note. All right, Alpha Wednesdays tomorrow, everybody. We got a big show. We're gonna start an hour earlier than normal. I'm probably gonna be on before, talk for an hour, and then the panel will jump on. But we're gonna end it right now, and everybody have a good night. And we're gonna keep that link in the description.